Today, our topic is the science of habits, how to make good ones stick. Habits are like the invisible architecture of our daily lives. They shape what we do, how we feel, and who we become. Think about it. Brushing your teeth, tying your shoes, or even scrolling on your phone, these are all habits. Some are good, some are bad, but all of them are powerful because they happen automatically, without much thought. The good news is that habits are not fixed. They can be changed, broken, or built. And understanding the science behind habits can help you make the good ones stick. Let's start with the basics. A habit is a behavior that becomes automatic through repetition. It's like a mental shortcut your brain creates to save energy. When you do something over and over, your brain says, "Hey, I don't need to think about this anymore." It'll just do it on autopilot. This is why habits are so powerful. They free up your brain to focus on other things. But this also means that bad habits can sneak in just as easily as good ones. The key is to understand how habits work so you can take control of them. Habits are made up of three parts: the cue, the routine, and the reward. This is called the habit loop. The cue is what triggers the habit. It could be a time of day, a place, a feeling, or even a person. For example, maybe you feel stressed. Cue, so you eat a cookie. Routine, and then you feel better. Reward? The routine is the behavior itself, the thing you do automatically. And the reward is what your brain gets out of it. It could be a feeling of pleasure, relief, or satisfaction. Over time, your brain starts to crave the reward, which makes the habit stronger. To change a habit, you need to understand this loop. Let's say you want to stop eating cookies when you're stressed. First, identify the cue. Is it really stress? Or is it boredom, loneliness, or something else? Next, look at the routine. What are you doing when the cue happens? Finally, think about the reward. What are you really getting out of eating that cookie? Is it comfort, distraction, or just a quick energy boost? Once you understand the loop, you can start to change it. One way to change a habit is to keep the same cue and reward, but replace the routine. For example, instead of eating a cookie when you're stressed, you could go for a walk or take a few deep breaths. The cue, stress, and the reward, feeling better, stay the same, but the routine changes. This is easier than trying to stop the habit altogether because your brain still gets what it wants, just in a healthier way. Another important part of building good habits is starting small. Many people try to make big changes all at once, like going from never exercising to working out for an hour every day. But this is hard to stick to because it's such a big leap. Instead, start with something tiny. For example, if you want to start exercising, begin by doing just 5 minutes a day. It's so small that it's almost impossible to say no. Once you've done it for a while, it will feel easier to add more time. This is called the tiny habits approach, and it works because it builds momentum. Consistency is also key. Habits are formed through repetition, so the more you do something, the stronger it becomes. This is why it's important to practice your new habit every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Over time, your brain will start to associate the cue with the new routine, and it will become automatic. But you have to stick with it, especially in the beginning. Research shows that it can take anywhere from 18 to 254 days to form a new habit, depending on the person and the habit. So don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen overnight. Another helpful strategy is to stack your habits. This means linking a new habit to one you already have. For example, if you want to start flossing your teeth, do it right after you brush your teeth. Since brushing is already a habit, it will act as a cue for flossing. This is called habit stacking, and it's a great way to make new habits stick because you're building on something you already do automatically. Your environment also plays a big role in shaping your habits. If you want to build good habits, make it easy for yourself. For example, if you want to eat healthier, keep fruits and vegetables where you can see them. If you want to exercise more, Put your workout clothes where you will see them first thing in the morning. On the other hand, if you want to break a bad habit, make it harder to do. For example, if you want to stop eating junk food, don't keep it in the house. The easier it is to do something, the more likely you are to do it, and the harder it is, the less likely you are to do it. Another important part of habit formation is mindset. If you believe you can change, you're more likely to succeed. This is called a growth mindset. It's the idea that you can improve and grow through effort and practice. On the other hand, a fixed mindset is the belief that you can't change. If you have a fixed mindset, you might think, I'm just not a morning person, or I'm bad at sticking to routines. But the truth is, anyone can build good habits with the right strategies and a little patience. One thing that can help you stay motivated is tracking your progress. When you see how far you've come, it can give you a sense of accomplishment and keep you going. You can use a journal, an app, or even a simple checklist to track your habits. The key is to make it visible so you can see your progress over time. It's also important to be kind to yourself. Building new habits is hard, and you're going to have setbacks. That's normal. The important thing is to not give up. If you miss a day or slip up, don't beat yourself up. Just start again the next day. Remember, habits are built through repetition, not perfection. Finally, remember why you're doing this. What's the bigger goal behind the habit you're trying to build? Maybe you want to be healthier, more productive, or less stressed. Keeping your why in mind can help you stay motivated, especially when things get tough. In conclusion, habits are powerful because they shape our lives in small but significant ways. By understanding the science of habits, you can take control of them and make the good ones stick. Start small, be consistent, and use strategies like habit stacking and environmental design to make it easier. And most importantly, believe in yourself. Change is possible, one habit at a time.